Why some Japanese people avoid social contact and lock themselves at home for years. Hikikomori in Japan. Hikikomori is the phenomenon of Japanese people avoiding social contact and locking themselves at home for months, and in some cases, for years. But this kind of isolation must be a rare thing, right? Well, according to new stats, around 1.5 million working people are living in isolation in Japan. But have you ever wondered why a large number of people are adopting Hikikomori? And how is this becoming Japan's biggest problem? Well, if you are not sure, then buckle up and stay with us till the end, as I'm going to share the details of Hikikomori, why people are adopting this, and how Japan can face problems due to this phenomenon. But before we delve into it, don't forget to press the subscribe button and ring the bell icon to stay updated on thought-provoking discussions. What exactly is Hikikomori? For a better understanding of this phenomenon, we have to go to the 90s. The term Hikikomori was coined in Japan in 1990 to describe the young people who had withdrawn from society. It was believed to be a social phenomenon, raising concerns about the mental health of these people. Almost 2 to 3 decades ago, 90% of Hikikomori were young adults who refused to go to school. That is why it is called the adolescent problem. But recently the Japanese cabinet has revealed that it now affects a broader swathe of society, from teenagers to middle-aged adults. Surprisingly, according to the reports, there are 610,000 middle-aged Hikikomori aged between 40 to 64 years. And if you are thinking that these teenage Hikikomoris are growing up, becoming middle-aged Hikikomori, then let me tell you that it was revealed that 57.4% of middle-aged Hikikomori became Hikikomori when they are around 40 years old. However, the actual number is believed to be higher than this, as not all the people who are experiencing Hikikomori seek any help. It is also believed that the global pandemic or coronavirus has worsened this condition. In a survey from last November by the government's Children and Families Agency, almost a fifth of respondents have stated that coronavirus is a significant factor in their reclusive behaviours. So, what causes a large number of people to shut themselves in their homes and become Hikikomori? The Japanese obsession with perfection. Japan is a very rigid, structured society, and Japanese culture is to strive for perfection and productivity. And this obsession has proven to be more toxic for the students in Japan. That is why academic pressure starts early, and students are expected to study and thrive more. Even their school year lasts 6 weeks longer than the US, and when the Ministry of Education reduced the school weeks, many parents were seen enrolling their children in juku, also known as cram schools, to fill in the remaining hours. That is why, to achieve academic perfection and go through more exams, about half of all the junior high students in Japan attend juku. This hyper-focus on success and achievement led to the formation of a culture of shaming and stigmatization of failure. The pressure to excel in Japan and secure a well-paid job is also so high because there are fewer employment opportunities for youth. Many young people who fail to conform to the status quo face adverse counter-reactions to academic failure, and they shut themselves in homes to avoid further humiliation. Another factor is the social life in Japan, which is also highly structured and revolves around a high level of etiquette. For instance, Japanese have a variety of grammatical structures that vary from each other depending upon the number of people and who you are addressing. Whether you're talking to someone elder, an employee, a customer, a young man, a young female, or any other person. Another example is giving gifts that are common and usual in Japan, but some gifts are considered impolite. So if you are giving a pair of the best chef's knives to a newlywed couple in Japan, then it is a big no, because this symbolises separation. In short, one is supposed to fulfil all social obligations to the highest standards. As it's impossible to go through life without socially embarrassing yourself at least one time in Japan, with slipping up in this regard, many people feel traumatised. Another reason is that people in Japan often feel depression and mental health issues as an excuse to take time off work. That is why depression was not even perceived as a real condition until the 1990s. so many people going through depression often shut themselves in for years. Some might go out late at night to the nearest store, but a large number completely cut them off from the outside world. The negative impact of modern day technology. Even though there is very little evidence suggesting people are becoming hikikomori due to modern technology like games or social media, research shows that technology can worsen the issue. Tae-young Choi, a psychiatrist, also states that technology can aggravate the antisocial disposition that will create more hikikomori in coming years. Apart from these factors, it's important to note that there is no clear explanation for this behavioural pattern. It's a lot of factors that combine, like dysfunctional family, psychiatric problems, or developmental issues. It's not just the individuals, but the families, and even Japan as a whole, is suffering from hikikomori, and it might not be wrong to state hikikomori as Japan's one of the big issues. But how can the whole of Japan suffer from this phenomenon? Well, if we have a look back, hikikomori started in the 1990s, when the employment rate was low and Japan's economy was going through a period of stagnation. These unemployed young adults who were not active socially have now entered their 50s, and their parents are now aged 80. The government has coined this as the 80-50 problem. As these parents retire and become old, their hikikomori children cannot fend for themselves financially, so they fall susceptible to poverty and financial crisis. It is also believed that this 80-50 will soon become 90-60, further worsening the circumstances. Another reason why hikikomori is affecting Japan as a whole is through further intensifying demographic challenges of the country, including declining birth rates and older population. As of 2022, the birth rate in Japan has fallen year on year by 5%, which is the lowest since 1899. Also, Japan now has the world's oldest population, with an average age of over 48 and a fertility rate of only 1.4. Japan's health ministry also states that its population is not only shrinking, but also aging. This low birth rate will dramatically reduce the number of individuals who will contribute to the labour force and pay taxes, posing great threats to the economy of Japan. So, what is the government of Japan doing to combat all this? Well, in February 2021, after a rise in suicide across the country, the Prime Minister appointed Japan's first Minister of Loneliness, who is eager to take steps to reduce feelings of loneliness among people. Moreover, many support centres for hikikomori are present across Japan. The Yaku Yaku Room, or the Take It Easy Room, provides all the hikikomori to share their struggles and thoughts. A new initiative, the Rent a Sister programme, has also started. This programme employs young women to converse with hikikomori, encouraging them to leave the boundaries of their bedrooms and step out. The good aspect of this is that 1,500 hikikomori have stated this initiative effective as of 2020. Moreover, many virtual seminars are being held where hikikomori who are hesitant to leave their rooms can join and contact other hikikomori. The government is also stressing giving employment to these through the internet, so that they can support themselves and family financially. Even though all these initiatives are going on by the government, many experts still label them as not enough. Saito Tamaki, an expert in this field, also feels that the population of hikikomoris might reach 10 million in the coming decade. Wrapping my video here, tell us in the comment section, do you think hikikomori is only a Japanese problem, or do you also feel like it's becoming a global issue? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to share it with your circle.